You do realize that there is someone out there tonight that actually thought what we watched for 3 hours and 10 minutes was actually a good wrestling show. Believe it or not, there is someone out there that thinks that exact statement. It's quite the coincidence, man, how Raw took place in Albany, New York, of all places. And that's the show we got tonight. Just like the city, just like the state, and just like the people who are from in and around Albany. Steaming pile of garbage. You know, guys, I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been doing this for a few years now. Off the Script has 223 episodes come this weekend. And I sit here and I sort through my tweets and I don't get how anybody can legitimately back this company and say, I am a WWE fan. I don't care how much money WWE is making. I don't care what their stock prices are. I don't care how much money Fox is offering WWE for SmackDown Live starting in October 2019. I don't care. The argument that people are laying out on the table when I tweet during Monday Night Raw this evening. This show, tonight, and almost every week, it's just not tonight. This is a recurring theme. Especially tonight. This show right now is in the worst creative state I have ever seen this show in 25 years. This show tonight was an absolute fucking creative abomination. I don't know how you could be someone in WWE management. I don't know how you could be someone in WWE creative during this entire week sitting down with other members, other colleagues of yours, of the WWE creative writing team. And this is the final product that you present Vince McMahon. And then better yet, what's worse is that this is the final product that they okayed to air on the USA Network at 8 p.m. tonight, spanning from 8 to 11:10 when the show was over. If I am anybody who is associated with this brand or this show in any way, shape, or form, and this was the final product that was presented to Vince McMahon, and this was the final product that aired on the USA Network, I would have put in my termination papers and walked out. I would have hid my head in shame for the rest of the week. I would not be present amongst anybody because out of sheer embarrassment, I would be embarrassed to just be seen by anybody if I am a member of the creative team and this is the best you have for your product. I don't care how much money WWE is making. The amount of money that they're making has absolutely zero to do with what we see on television. Zero. A creative abomination. If SmackDown Live is getting $1 billion for TV rights on Fox 5, if I'm Fox 5, I'm looking back over at the contract, making sure that it is SmackDown Live that we're getting and not Monday Night Raw. If SmackDown Live is worth $1 billion to these people, Monday Night Raw tonight put on a show that was less than $1. I wouldn't have paid a single dollar to sit in that arena tonight and watch this garbage. And then people come to me and tell me, which is again, a common theme every single week. Why do I watch it? Why do you continue to watch and then belittle the product as if you could do any better? I can do better. I can book this show with my fucking eyes closed. There's no doubt in my mind that this show tonight was written in 15 minutes with a crayon, and that's what they put on television. No doubt in my mind. This creative team somehow developed amnesia. We got Bobby Roode versus Elias again. We got that segment that I will talk about, believe me, with Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley. And then 1 full hour of Roman Reigns. I ask you, how do you find any enjoyment in anything on this show tonight? And you're 4 weeks away from a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. People ask me why I watch this. People ask me, why am I watching Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live? Why am I doing the podcast, talking WWE? Why do I watch the pay-per-views? Why am I subscribed to the network? You know, I really wish people would think before they actually tweet stupidity. It's a crying shame how people are allowed, just anybody, is allowed on social media, able to express their opinions willingly, openly, and freely. Nobody thinks before they speak. I'm not perfect. I say things that I wish I could erase and take back. And I say things sometimes where I am misinformed, but I always follow up with something to correct myself. People want to know why I watch. People want to know why I complain. People want to know why I come on here and criticize every single week every little thing that WWE does. I don't want anybody that watches me, that hates me, to ever come at me ever again. After what you've seen tonight, not only does WWE deserve every bit of backlash from this show tonight, but WWE deserves every bit of criticism that I've ever thrown at them and will continue to throw at them every single week until things get better. I said it on Off the Script today when I uploaded part 3. How do you have a roster like the one you have right now on both shows, and this is the best that you can come up with? Why do I watch? And I'm going to use them as an example because I'm proud of the way that they're playing this year. I haven't really paid attention to the Atlanta Braves as much as I would have liked. For reasons that I was working retail, I couldn't watch the games. I really didn't catch many games when I was working nights and working retail. But I always followed the stats and the statistics of everybody on the team. I knew what trades they made. I knew what moves they made. I knew who was where, what position they were playing, what their rotation was, what their batting lineup was. I always paid attention to what they were doing. They finished last place. They finished last place and was one of the worst teams in the National League for the last several years. On top of that, I'm following the minor league system, and I'm seeing all these prospects and all the trades that they made to get key prospects, who's going to be the next big thing in Atlanta, who's going to carry them, and who's going to be the flag bearer, along with Freddie Freeman. If I didn't pay attention and I wasn't a fan of the Atlanta Braves for all these years, through the years of Smoltz and Glavine and Maddox and Nagel, and you know all the divisions that they won, or all the National League championships that they won, and then they went on that decline. They weren't America's team anymore. If I wasn't a fan in the ups, if I wasn't a fan in the downs, when they got going again and started getting back to that up, what type of fun is that? What type of fun is that? It's not the type of fan that I am. You know, I'm tired of people thinking that they have it all. You know, it's so shitty. It's so shitty that people are okay with mediocrity. That's the most stunning thing of all. People are okay with mediocrity. I don't get that way of thinking. It is so foreign to me how people willingly accept mediocrity in 2018. You're okay with what you've seen on Monday Night Raw tonight. I don't see how anybody could be okay with what we got tonight. Why do I watch? Look at the Braves now. They're the best team in the National League. I'm proud to be an Atlanta Braves fan after being with them through the downs. I don't want to be labeled a bandwagon fan. If I wasn't watching WWE and I abandoned ship, what happens if the WWE gets back on that Atlanta Braves type winning streak and good things start happening and they're starting to create momentum for themselves? What if I'm not in that boat? Then I'm going to miss all the fun. I'm going to miss out on them getting back to what they should be doing, winning. And if I'm not on that boat, then I'm going to feel bad that I wasn't there all along, because I knew that they had potential. And I abandoned ship because of what we're seeing right now. Do you get my point? I don't want to be labeled a bandwagon WWE fan. If you're a fan of something, you stick with that something. Through the highs, through the lows, and they get back to where they belong. Why do I watch? Because this company has the best roster that they've ever assembled. And if they can't put on good shows, then fuck me. And fuck them for underutilizing and mistreating talent. But I watch because I have hope that the WWE will pull an Atlanta Braves sometime, somewhere. And I want to be there when it happens. I don't want to be somewhere not watching when the best Monday Night Raw in the last 5 years happens and we get on that winning streak. And it has nothing to do with the amount of money that they're making, or the amount of money that Fox is paying them over the next 5 years, or the amount of money that USA Network is paying them for the next 5 years. USA Network should be ashamed and embarrassed that they got this fucking show tonight. If I'm USA Network and I seen this shit tonight, I'm rethinking the fucking offer I gave WWE. And if I'm a WWE employee, I'm embarrassed to call myself a fucking wrestling fan. Complete fucking garbage. A steaming pile of shit. One of the, and I feel like I've been saying this way too many times this year. One of the worst Monday Night Raws I have ever sat through in my entire life. And if you don't agree with me, You, sir, are fucking out of your mind. Your middle name might as well be mediocre. This show is always going to be open up to criticisms and rants, just like we do every single week. And when they put on shows like this, it is absolutely 100% warranted. This is not wrestling. And for those people that want to tout and claim and stake, well, WWE isn't wrestling, it's entertainment first. They can't even get that right. They can't even get that right. It may not be wrestling, but it certainly isn't fucking entertainment. I was entertained by nothing on this show. But the WWE closed a $1 billion deal with Fox Sports. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. They don't give a fuck about the fans. They don't give a fuck about their show. They don't give a fuck about anything. Do you want to know why? Since the people in this company have lined their pockets with so much fucking money that whatever they present is going to be what they present, and they know the people are going to be in the arena. But if I'm someone with some fucking logic and some rational thought, the money in my pockets may feel good, but here I'm going to feel like the biggest piece of fucking shit walking God's green earth. Because at the end of the day, money is not what's important. Money is important. It makes the world go round. It's what runs a fucking business. But at some fucking point, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and be happy with what you're fucking producing for the people watching all around the world. How could you be happy with the shit that they are producing here on a weekly fucking basis? Shows like this kill the wrestling spirit. If you're an employee of this company, how could you look yourself in the fucking mirror and say you're a wrestling fan? You can't! I don't know what else to tell you people. I really don't know what else to explain. I don't know how to explain. There'll be people out there who thought this was a good show. Legitimately, there are people on social media right now tweeting about how Roman Reigns looked great tonight. And why Roman Reigns got beat up by a steel chair and Jinder Mahal. Why Roman Reigns once again got booed out of the building. There'll be people who enjoyed that Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn segment. And then there are people with rational thoughts and logic who know better and know exactly where I'm coming from as a wrestling fan. If I'm in charge of this show, I walk out on my own show. This is not wrestling. This is sheer and utter fucking embarrassment. I would never allow myself to be in a position to allow any of that on my wrestling show tonight. Ever. Ever. Downright pathetic. Complete fucking waste of 3 hours. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. There's literally no positive on this show tonight outside of two things. You guys want me to rant and fucking rave like I did in my Battleground 2017 review? It ain't happening, man. I have legitimately no more energy to expend on this fucking show. I don't. I'm not giving them my fucking energy. I'm not working myself into a fucking sweat after I just showered. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not. I don't want to hear another fucking word as far as what I do here. I have to watch this shit because I have to maintain fucking financial stability. This is the only reason why I watch this shit. This is my job. This is my job. And my job is to watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live and podcast and watch WWE. Do I enjoy it? Yeah, of course I enjoy it because I love creating and I love getting my opinion out there and I love the opportunities this entire platform is giving me, not only on YouTube but outside with wrestling promotions, podcasting, events, House of Glory, whatever. But that doesn't mean I don't have to sit here, and suck dick. And it doesn't mean I have to sit here and overly be positive about what I see on television to appease some fucking brainless idiots. I don't want to hear anybody criticize what I do ever again. For the love of God, this show was a fucking dumpster fire abomination. You'll be lucky if you found 2 fucking things on this show that are worth talking about. Complete trash. I could end it right there. I legitimately need to go over nothing on this show. But I will, because you guys are here for me, and you guys want to know what happened on the show, and you guys want my thoughts on segment by segment by segment. Complete garbage. Monday Night Raw in Albany, New York. Stephanie McMahon makes her return on Monday Night Raw. So we kickstart Monday Night Raw with Stephanie McMahon. Boy, when Stephanie McMahon shows up, it is a freaky coincidence how Monday Night Raw, when Stephanie shows up, ends up being some of the worst fucking television that this company produces. It is wildly bizarre, man. Such a coincidence. Such a coincidence. Stephanie McMahon is out to address Roman Reigns and confront Kurt Angle, supposedly on a job well done, as being the general manager of Monday Night Raw. This turned into Kurt Angle coming out wanting to express some big news. We didn't get the big news. I don't know what the fuck the big news was. He said that he had a couple of big announcements. What the fuck were they? I don't know. He didn't have a chance to say anything. Stephanie McMahon comes out. She addresses Kurt Angle. And then Roman Reigns comes out and wants to spew more bullshit and more scripted garbage that is completely unbelievable to his character. And we get, from here on out, 1 full hour of Roman Reigns. The entire first hour was filled with Roman fucking Reigns. They gave this guy legitimately lines such as, cut the corporate bull. And then Stephanie McMahon saying, I don't play favorites, because Roman insinuated that Stephanie McMahon plays favorites. And that Roman is being held down by management. You don't want to see me with the Universal Championship, says Roman Reigns. Really now? So I'm supposed to believe, all of a sudden, WWE wants nothing to do with Roman Reigns and the Universal Championship. So what do you call WrestleMania? 30, 31, 32, 33, 34? What do you call that? What do you call that? Do you call that somebody being held down by management? Do you call that someone being neglected? Because if that's the case, fuck, I want to be neglected in everything that I fucking do from here on out. Cut the corporate bull. Now, the corporate bullshit is what we see every fucking week from Roman Reigns and WWE's political push to get Roman Reigns over. That's the corporate bull. Company's got some fucking balls telling this guy to go out there and spew lines like, cut the corporate bull. So they have a match with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Rinse and repeat, the formulaic WWE style. Never ceases to amaze me how this company is just so fucking complacent in everything that they do. Kurt Angle comes out, his music goes off, the crowd chants like fucking brainwashed idiots. You suck every fucking week. Then he's interrupted by somebody, then somebody else comes out and interrupts the wrestler A. Then a match is made. Sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 guys come out. Then they make a tag team and a 6-man tag. It's the same fucking shit. Here, it's just Stephanie making a return, making our ears bleed with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. What else is going to happen? What else is new? Match is made. Match is made with the two. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Kevin Owens comes out, and he tries to get a Roman chant. Kevin Owens, he's one of the cool heels in WWE. People like to cheer Kevin Owens because people like his dick-like attitude. Kevin Owens was booed out of the building when he tried to get a Roman chant going. So we get this match. Match ends in DQ. Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh come down and they attack Roman Reigns. So what happens here? What is the next thing that WWE needs to do to try and get Roman cheers for at least 1 week? I know somebody in creative. I know. We'll take Seth, who's the hottest guy in all of wrestling right now. We'll have him team with Roman. And then Roman can piggyback off of Seth Rollins' overly babyface reactions. How do you like that one, Vince? Done. That was it. WWE teamed Roman with Seth Rollins. After all these weeks of Seth Rollins being on his own, making the Intercontinental Championship a priority, they team him with Seth Rollins to try and piggyback off of Rollins' just overwhelming popularity right now. So the tag team match happens. The babyfaces win. After the match is over, Jinder Mahal attacks Roman Reigns on the ramp with a steel chair. He got some boos. But when the entire attack was over, Seth Rollins, who was beat up with a steel chair and thrown off the stage by Jinder Mahal is detained by referees. Seth Rollins comes walking over and consoles Roman Reigns to come and check on how he is. And Roman Reigns' theme music hits the PA system to a chorus of boos with the hottest man in the company standing right next to him with a shower of boos raining down upon them. That's the visual you want to go off with on that segment. That makes you happy. That looks right to you, right? How many fucking times do I have to tell you? The guy is not portrayed in the right way. He's being portrayed as someone who's being held down, and I'm supposed to believe that management is against him. Grand Slam champion, main evented WrestleMania the last 4 years. And I'm supposed to believe that this guy's being held down by management? Are you out of your fucking mind? On what planet does that make any fucking logic to you? Then you use Seth Rollins' popularity once you get back to the States to try and piggyback off him. Then everybody wants to know why I'm against Roman Reigns. Why do I hate the way WWE's portraying Roman Reigns? Well, let's take a look at it. Is he being portrayed the right way? No! Does that seem right to you? That the entire crowd rained boos down upon them when he was beat up with a steel chair? Having Seth Rollins stand next to him, booed out of the building? Pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. And then WWE makes the match official. Like, I give a fuck about the match. Like anybody gives a fuck about the match. They gave us our bathroom break for Money in the Bank. Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns. It's official. What's going to happen then? More boos. Jinder might actually get cheered in Chicago. And what happens when Roman beats Jinder Mahal? Is that going to put him in line to face the Beast for the Universal Championship? Jinder Mahal is at the bottom of the fucking barrel. If you beat Jinder Mahal, what the fuck does that tell you? It's like you beating somebody with a 74 overall rating in WWE 2K18. Garbage. Now, but Roman and my hatred for how WWE is portraying Roman Reigns is unfair. It ain't right. It's disrespectful. I lie. Open your fucking eyes. Open your fucking eyes. I can't save you anymore. Fucking absolute waste of fucking brain cells is everybody on Roman's bandwagon right now that don't see what the fuck is going on. How do you book Roman? I've been telling you for the last 3 fucking weeks. Turn the fucking guy heel and get it over with. You want Roman to be respected? My God, I will fucking laugh all the way to the bank when I see Roman fucking stand there being portrayed the way he needs to be portrayed. It would resonate throughout the entire arena, right through our televisions. I can't, if it happens, it happens. But when it does happen, if it does happen, I swear to God, I will be the first to tell you, I fucking told you so. Yeah, I know. I wish I could fucking update my computer and go to sleep, because this is fucking bullshit. Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. I don't know how this segment came to be. I don't know who produced this segment. I don't know who thought of this segment. I don't even know how this made the creative writing room, or at least made it out of the creative writing room. Better yet, how was this segment approved for Monday Night Raw? I feel legitimately bad. Like my heart is downright sad for Sami Zayn. That he had to go out there and man up and fucking be in the middle of this fucking abomination. He's going to expose, Sami Zayn's going to expose Bobby Lashley by interviewing his 3 sisters. Sami Zayn didn't expose Bobby Lashley. Sami Zayn didn't need his 3 sisters for Bobby Lashley to be exposed. The WWE already exposed Bobby Lashley well before this segment even bombed. Bobby Lashley was already exposed. And Bobby Lashley's WWE career is dead. It is dead and gone. And it will never be salvaged. It will never recover. I said it once, and I'm going to say it again for everybody that don't want to listen to me. And I don't care if you tell me it is not his fault. I don't care. That is the lamest fucking excuse and a weak argument. It's not his fault. Bobby Lashley is without question one of the worst signings in WWE history for 2018. The guy is absolutely fucking useless. Everybody said it before he even debuted. Is Bobby Lashley going to move the needle on Monday Night Raw? Absolutely not. There is absolutely no fucking needle to be moved at all. You talk about a needle on the compass, that shit is broken and fucking buried at the bottom of the ocean. Bobby Lashley is absolutely fucking terrible in everything that he has done up until this point. It is so bad that Bobby Lashley, if he was to get released, he should be counting his fucking blessings that he gets released from his WWE contract and he's allowed to go back to Impact Wrestling. Either that or move him to NXT. Bobby Lashley is dead. He will never recover from this. I am sorry. I don't even think Bayley recovered fully from This Is Your Life. And I would not be surprised the same person that produced that produced this tonight on Monday Night Raw. This was easily the worst segment of the year on Monday Night Raw for 2018, and this was the worst segment since Bayley's This Is Your Life. And those two segments coinciding with one another from 2017 to now may end up being two of the worst moments in the history of the 25 years of this show. How this segment was okayed is absolutely one of the biggest mysteries I will ever fucking conceive for professional wrestling. Bobby Lashley is dead. A match with Brock Lesnar will not save him. A heel turn will not save him. And here's the kicker, people. Here's the kicker. Sami Zayn is interviewing Lashley's 3 sisters, which are all men dressed in cheap women's clothing. 3 men who are clearly not his sisters, dressed as females. Bobby Lashley's music hits, and what does he do? Instead of being angry, instead of being enraged, instead of running down to the ring and destroying everything in his path, shedding blood, not only on these 3 clowns, but Sami Zayn as well, for the sheer embarrassment that this fucking segment was. What does he do? He comes out and he starts smiling. He comes out and he starts doing this. He comes out and he starts shaking little kids' hands and patting them on the head. It was in that moment that I said, Lashley is fucking dead and gone. And I feel sorry for what had to follow this shit. You're going to put an Ember Moon Alexa Bliss match on, which is intriguing in its own right. And they got nothing but the sound of silence through in the entirety of that match. My heart feels sad for Sami Zayn. He did not deserve that whatsoever. Sami Zayn built up all this momentum with Kevin Owens, and they were 2 of the best heels coming onto Monday Night Raw with their sarcasm and their wit and their humor and the ability for them to be cold-hearted dicks, playing the heel role that WWE so desperately fucking needs. How do we kill Sami Zayn? Who's this Sami Zayn guy, says Vince McMahon. Why is Sami Zayn getting over organically on his own? We didn't okay that. We don't allow that here. How could we kill that? Come to tonight, they not only killed Bobby Lashley's WWE run and his career, but they killed Sami Zayn completely. The worst fucking segment of the year. Alexa Bliss must be smiling. She's off the fucking hook, at least for the time being. What was that? This is your life? Not anymore, motherfucker. Exposing Bobby Lashley? This is being more than just Bobby Lashley being exposed. Monday Night Raw exposed itself as being one of the worst fucking programs on cable television tonight with that segment. Absolute fucking garbage. There really is nothing else on this show for me to go over. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record. What am I going to talk about? Drew McIntyre. You look at Drew McIntyre, and he's the only legitimate guy on this show that I want to see. He is the only legitimate guy on this show that I genuinely want to see more of. And you look at Drew McIntyre, I mean, you look at him, and I swear to God, man, he's got the makings of a monster fucking heel in the making. He is the next big thing on Monday Night Raw. And if this guy is not holding championship gold by the end of the year, something is miserably wrong in this company. Drew McIntyre is becoming, quickly, one of those guys that you look at, and if you want to pick a number one guy for your brand, Drew McIntyre is quickly putting his name into the hat of, hey, I'm number one here. I'm number one. Pick me. I'm going to make you regret not picking me. That's what Drew McIntyre is doing right now. Elias versus Bobby Roode. How many weeks is this now? 4 weeks in a row? Did WWE Creative develop amnesia? Did they somehow forget the last 3 weeks? Why? Why is this match taking place again? Why is Bobby Roode still a babyface? Why is Elias not having more important situations presented to him on this show? Why is he stuck in mid-card purgatory? Again, they have nothing for him. It's like they forgot last week's show. It's like they took the script from last week and gave you the same fucking show with a change here and there. It's exactly what they fucking did. It's like they reached into the fucking garbage, picked out last week's fucking sheet from the UK show, and said, let's make this paper a little bit more neater. We'll take the pencil and erase this, and we'll put this here, and that looks good, we'll do that again. That looks good, we'll do that again, and we'll change this around. Here you go, Vince. Done. And then you got some fucking podcasters out there that want to say, oh, WWE's schedule is brutal, and the touring is hellacious. And WWE, the reason why they're putting all these men and women in tag team matches because everybody's tired. Suck it up. What does being tired have to do with the fucking people at Titan Tower in Stamford, Connecticut writing this fucking piece of shit show? The creative writing team ain't fucking flying out to the UK to fucking watch these shows. They're not on tour. They get to work in their comfy office with their fucking laptops writing this show. What the fuck are they doing in Connecticut? Someone please explain to me, what the fuck are they doing? Is half the fucking team getting hand jobs in the copy room? No reason why we gotta get Elias and Bobby Roode again for a month straight. Ever since Roode came to Raw, his only opponent has been Elias. That's good television to you though, right? That's worth $1 billion fucking dollars for Fox Sports, right? Oh, it doesn't matter what WWE puts on. I could fucking put on the same matches 2 months in a row. They're making $1 billion and you're gonna watch anyway. That doesn't excuse the fact that the fucking shows are complete fucking steaming piles of shit. Ridiculous. Main event was Braun Strowman and Finn Balor. Braun Strowman has a singles match. Surprise number 1. Surprise number 2, Braun Strowman actually has a decent match with somebody not named Roman Reigns. It's amazing how WWE wants to claim last year before the Royal Rumble how they want to nix plans for Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar because it's not believable that he's not over enough to challenge Brock Lesnar. He's not over enough to challenge for the Universal Championship. But he's over enough to get into a one-on-one match with Braun Strowman, though, right? He's legit enough to be in a match with Braun Strowman in the main event of Monday Night Raw 4 weeks before Money in the Bank. And what happened? What happened, detractors, huh? What happened to all the people that want to claim Finn Balor's nothing but a vanilla midget, an indie midget? You indie marks, all you guys love Finn Balor because he's a vanilla midget? Where are you guys now? What happened? Braun Strowman is your Lord and Savior on Monday Night, right? He's the one guy, he's the monster on Monday Night Raw, right? And who brought Braun Strowman to one of his best matches, if not his best match, in 2018? It's that vanilla midget. Smiley Finn brought him to his best match on Monday Night Raw. So don't ever fucking tell me that Finn Balor is not good at what he does. Because if he's good enough to bring Braun Strowman to his best match, then clearly Finn Balor knows what the fuck he's doing. That was a damn good main event. That was a damn good main event for what it was. It meant nothing to me because both men are in Money in the Bank. But I knew WWE was going to go this route. Everybody that's in Money in the Bank on the Monday Night Raw side, they're either going to be placed in singles matches against one another, mix and match, or we're going to get tag team matches leading up to Money in the Bank. Just like how I knew WWE was going to give the women a last chance match, which we're getting next week. I know the company is way too predictable. But again, just like how people overly criticize me for shitting on the show, most of the time it's warranted, like tonight. Don't ever fucking at me again, motherfucker. I don't want to hear you people say Finn Balor is not good at what he does, or he's not good enough, he's not legit enough. He certainly made it look good during Braun Strowman's match tonight. So next time you want to talk about Finn Balor, shut your fucking mouth. Because the guy clearly exceeded all your expectations tonight, whether you want to admit it or not. I'm glad WWE didn't go with the fucking typical babyface bullshit where Braun Strowman lifts him up and shakes his hand. Towards the end of that match, after he delivered the power slam, Braun Strowman lifted Finn Balor up and placed him in the corner. And then he went to go do his stance in the middle of the ring as Monday Night Raw went off the air. I'm glad he didn't shake his fucking hand, because monsters don't shake hands. Good main event. Him, Strowman, Balor, and Drew McIntyre. Literally the only thing on this show worth 3 hours and 10 minutes. The rest of the show, I'm not even playing any clips. I am not even playing any clips from this show because I am not wasting my fucking time. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns beat Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens and an impromptu tag team match. There's one thing I can do without forever on Monday Night Raw. It's the fucking formulaic beginnings to this show where wrestler A comes out, interrupted by wrestler B, and then wrestler C, and then wrestler D, and we get the fucking main event or a match impromptu start. I can do without that. Please. Switch it up. This show is fucking stagnant, boring, and complacent. If they don't see it, I don't know what to fucking say. Maybe they're blinded by all that fucking green that's floating in their pockets. Ember Moon versus Alexa Bliss. Ember Moon wins here, which I'm very happy about. Ember Moon should not be taking losses this early on her main roster run on Monday Night Raw. Mickie James came in and tried to sneak attack Ember Moon with the referee's back turned. The referee catches her and ejects her from the ringside area and sends her back to the locker room. Moon drops Mickie as she argues with the referee. Bliss comes from behind and gets a roll-up, hooks the tights, but Ember Moon kicks out. She starts yelling at Alexa Bliss, "You want to pull the tights? That's what you want to do?" And Moon makes her pay. Fights her off, has her in a position where she goes to the top, hits the Eclipse, and Ember Moon pins Alexa Bliss in the middle of that ring tonight on Monday Night Raw. There was an instance where Stephanie McMahon was backstage with Finn Balor, and then in walks Braun Strowman. I just want to point this out because one of my friends, Keith, who listens to my podcast and he watches the show, big wrestling fan, pointed this out, and I want to bring it to your attention. Stephanie is in Kurt's office. In is Finn, and then Braun Strowman walks in. Kurt was nice enough to let her borrow his office. She made a few changes. She put a picture of Vince McMahon on the desk, and they had a fruit basket laying there. Balor and Strowman want a rematch against Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre because they lost last week. Finn Balor requests this, right? But before they even address the business that they want to talk to Stephanie McMahon about, Stephanie offers Finn Balor a piece of fruit. Now, I don't know if I'm digging too deep here. Balor was wearing his Fruit Roll-Up t-shirt or his Fruit Loops t-shirt. Stephanie McMahon offers Finn Balor, first and foremost, a piece of fruit. Now, is there some type of innuendo there that I might be looking too deep into? Is she kind of indiscreetly calling Finn Balor a fruit? Because that's what I got out of that segment. And when he brought that to my attention, I'm like, that's a very good observation. I didn't realize that. I really didn't think of it until he said it. But it's there. Of all people, with him wearing that shirt, you're going to offer him a piece of fruit? And Braun Strowman says, don't mind if I do. And then the match is made between both of them, and he crushes the apple that he picks up. It's a little bizarre. A little weird if you ask me. No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin. Filler on a 3-hour show that is trash. End of days for the pin. Baron Corbin wins. Last year, he's winning Money in the Bank. This year, he's not even on Money in the Bank. No Way Jose is your main opponent right now on Monday Night Raw. How the mighty have fallen. And I'm not talking about TM61. Chad Gable is backstage with Kurt Angle. They talk about Gable possibly being in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Then they're interrupted by Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Drew says they beat two of the best Raw has to offer last week, Finn Balor and Braun Strowman, and they love to do it again, but the decisions are now above Angle's pay grade. I legitimately LOL'd when Drew McIntyre said that. When McIntyre speaks, it's becoming one of those moments where you stop what you're doing, you put your phone down from tweeting, and you listen to the man talk. He is a fucking beast. Gable says, oh, you think you're special? Drew says, because they are. And he gets right into Gable's face. Ziggler mocks Gable. Gable's ready to fight. Angle gets in between them and says they will settle it in the ring tonight. Drew and Ziggler walk off, and Gable and Angle stare, looking on as Gable gets ready to battle Dolph Ziggler tonight. The B Team versus Breezango. Another week without the Authors of Pain. That's 4 straight weeks without the Authors of Pain. A lot of people were complaining that Sasha Banks and Bayley weren't on the show. I don't mind that they're not on the show, but I do mind that they did have a storyline going on, and if they have a storyline with that intensity, with that much intensity, on the main roster right now, there should be no weeks off. Where are they? Did they get stuck in catering? Did Titus make something so delicious that they couldn't come out of catering tonight? The B Team versus Breezango. B Team wins here. Axel covers, I don't know who he covered. I think he covers Fandango out of nowhere. They try dancing over Bo. B Team wins. After the match, they go to the announcer's desk and they start celebrating with Corey Graves and giving them high fives. Corey Graves starts giving them high fives. Celebration. They're on a winning streak. They won two in a row. They're undefeated. This is the tag team that they're pushing on Monday Night Raw now. Fuck the Revival. Legitimately. Authors of Pain garbage. We didn't see Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt tonight. Tag team division is in fucking shambles on Monday Night Raw. In some way, it's worse than what it was before the shakeup. Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey. I have been very vocal about this. I have been very, very open with what we've gotten so far, the negatives and the positives when it comes to Ronda Rousey getting a shot. They tried their best here to explain Ronda's reasoning for taking this challenge, and they tried their best for Nia to explain why she's challenging someone like Ronda Rousey at Money in the Bank. So, they're both in the ring. Stephanie is overseeing this thing. Stephanie gives some props to Jax and says that she's boldly chosen her next opponent. Stephanie introduces Rousey. She comes out, of course, smiling. Why are you coming out smiling for a contract for the biggest WWE match that you have right now? A championship match. Someone who challenges you. You're smiling? Cut the smiling. I thought we were over this in March. Cut the fucking smiling. Rousey taunts Stephanie, asking how her arm is from WrestleMania. Stephanie says, please, have a seat. Stephanie says her arm is great, and thanks, Rousey, for asking. So Rousey and Jax are sitting across from one another. Stephanie asks Rousey how it feels to leapfrog the entire division. And Rousey says that, Stephanie, I know what you're trying to do here, Rousey said that she wants everything that she gets. She wants to work for it. And Stephanie is insinuating here that there's much more deserving women on the roster that deserve this title shot than Ronda Rousey. Rousey knows that. She knows why Stephanie is saying this to her. But she said, listen, I agree with you. But Nia Jax is the one that challenged me. It wasn't the other way around. Stephanie wonders why Jax issued this challenge and says Nia is trying to make a name for herself at Ronda's expense. She gives Ronda props for WrestleMania 34, but she hasn't had a singles match yet. She goes on about the size and the strength difference. Stephanie says Nia is hoping she will beat Ronda, sending her on her way out of WWE because she doesn't like losing. And then she will be the baddest woman on the planet, not Ronda. Stephanie also taunts Nia Jax, asking why it took so long to beat Alexa Bliss. Stephanie asks Nia if she is lazy. This goes on, and Ronda declares that she won't be able to get out of the armbar when she applies it on Nia Jax. Jax says she's tired of hearing that lazy stuff. She's been hearing it her whole life. So she got up and got in Ronda's face to a chorus of boos. Nia was booed. And if Nia is the heel going into this match, the better it will be for her, because her position as a babyface is fucking garbage. It is absolutely cringe. I hate the way she smiles. I hate the fact that we had to sit through Alexa Bliss and this bullying shit, and that's exactly what WWE wanted to do to turn her face. It didn't work, and it doesn't fit her character. When I look at Nia Jax, I look at a monster in the women's division, because there really isn't anybody like that in the women's division. Why would you take that away from her to make her like the rest of them who are bubbly and who are total divas? They turned Nia so that they could appease the fucking audience watching Total Divas. Because if Nia is a monster and causing destruction, and then they see her on Total Divas, it's not gonna sit well. It's not gonna look right. So they figured they just mold Nia into whatever you're seeing on the show, and that's exactly what they did. And it worked out to be fucking terrible. She goes on about the size and strength difference. Why it took so long to beat Alexa Bliss, says Stephanie. This is all lazy. I'm tired of hearing about this shit. She's been hearing it her whole life. Jax declares that she will beat Ronda at Money in the Bank. Jax signs the contract and stands up. Ronda signs it next. She approaches Jax and gets in her face and says that she's happy the truth came out. Ronda extends her hand for a handshake, and Jax shakes her hand. Ronda says she's going to take the title, and she still has the handshake applied. Stephanie's looking on in the distance. Rousey then says she's going to take the title, and I'm also going to break your arm. And she turned into Evil Ronda, which should have been presented when she came out to sit at the table for the contract signing. So, I don't know what they're doing here. They certainly positioned Stephanie McMahon in a way where, it's going to sit on the back of people's minds that Stephanie may be the one to cost Ronda this match, possibly, or maybe not even cost her the match, just kind of have Ronda get close to the title, and then Stephanie does whatever she can to take that opportunity away from Ronda Rousey. We all know Ronda Rousey is not ready for this match. This match is going to bomb. Epic fucking failure will be this match. But I don't know what else I could tell you guys that I didn't already say. I mentioned this and I talked about this on Off the Script today. There is more negatives than positives to this match. The only positive to this match is it can't be any worse than what we're getting now. At least if Ronda wins the title will be on somebody legitimate, and the title will be represented well by somebody who is going to be very, very difficult to beat and who is a believable fucking champion. It can't get any worse than Nia Jax. She is terrible. She has not progressed. She doesn't look like a champion. She doesn't belong in the position that she's in, simply because she has not progressed. There's nothing about Nia that has changed from last year to this year. Nothing. Now, WWE may be in a very, very difficult booking situation with this match. You don't want to give Ronda the title too quick, otherwise you're going to risk the fans turning on Ronda, and the fans are not stupid in 2018. They will automatically assume that Ronda wins the title and she doesn't deserve it over someone like a Bayley or a Sasha Banks. They got to be careful for that. Ronda can't take a loss here, so Ronda either wins by DQ or there's a cash-in. And Ronda is not the champion at the end of Money in the Bank. WWE has an ample opportunity here with Natalya, who won a Fatal 4-Way match to qualify for Money in the Bank. Natalya is going to Money in the Bank. If Natalya is out on television every single week, and there's a reason why WWE did these things tonight. Natalya won her match. She had a post-match interview with Renee Young. I believe it was Renee Young. It was Charlie Caruso, one or the other. I don't know. Who gives a shit? She was interviewed after the match. She explained, I won this match because I'm in good spirits. I got Ronda Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet, in the most cringe-like fucking way she could say it, as my training partner. WWE, before the match, they showed Ronda Rousey and Natalya taking selfies in front of the Eiffel Tower while they were on tour in Europe for the WWE Overseas Tour. There's a reason why WWE is doing that. They're planting seeds for Natalya to win Money in the Bank. And they're planting seeds for Ronda to come close to the championship, but somehow get disqualified, because I don't see Ronda taking a loss. And if the rule is, if the match turns into a triple threat match, then Ronda is going to take a loss. I don't see it that way. If Natalya wants to come in and take the briefcase away from Ronda in that way and be the champion, turn heel, betray Ronda, take the title from Ronda, have that be the first feud for Ronda going into SummerSlam, have Ronda win the title from Natalya that way, that is much better than what we're getting now. I'd rather Natalya and Ronda than fucking Nia and Ronda. Because this match is going to bomb. This match is going to bomb. And I mentioned this on Off the Script today. I didn't see anybody else mention this. Nia and Alexa are best friends. Normally when you're best friends, you work seamlessly together. Just look at Bayley and Sasha Banks, right? How many matches have they had? More times than not, they deliver. Look at Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Look at the fucking matches they had. Dating back to the Cruiserweight Classic, going back to NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Classics. They work well together. There's nobody you'd rather work with than your best friend. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Look at the matches they've had. Best friends. Great. But Nia and Alexa, best friends, failed and gave us one of the worst matches of the year. One of the worst feuds, one of the worst matches of the year. One of the worst feuds in women's division history. One of the worst programs in 2018. So if Nia couldn't bring, or Alexa couldn't bring Nia to a good match, what makes you think Ronda, who has not had one singles match yet, is going to do any better than Alexa Bliss? Keep this in mind. It is going to bomb. Natalya may be the only way out to save WWE from complete disaster at Money in the Bank. They have a very difficult booking decision going into Money in the Bank. The match has no hype. The match has no chase. There's no chase for the championship. You didn't build up anybody to take that belt off of Nia. This is done as another political move. And people want to know why I shit on the WWE product. I know why they're doing it. But it doesn't make sense from what we're watching on television. Because the majority of the people aren't really in tune with what money WWE is making. They're watching what they're watching on television and nothing else matters. And what we're watching on television doesn't make sense. The normal person is not thinking how I am. They have to be careful. Did they get heat on the match here with this contract signing? Probably not. I'm just waiting with fucking popcorn in hand to see this bomb. Because that's exactly what it's going to be. Unless this match, like Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live stated, if this match is going to happen at Money in the Bank, the best possible way for this to end is for Ronda to apply the armbar and beat Nia Jax in 45 seconds. But I doubt that happens. Chad Gable versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler wins. Nice, short match here. Really whet your appetite for what these two guys could really do. After the match, Drew McIntyre delivered a Claymore that knocked Gable's head into the fucking 8th row. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dolph Ziggler wins. McIntyre and Ziggler continue to be the best thing on Monday Night Raw. Like I mentioned, Natalya, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, and Dana Brooke in a fatal 4-way qualifier. Natalya wins here with a sharpshooter on Sarah Logan. Can we please get Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan away from Ruby Riott? My God, they are terrible. And Ruby Riott does not deserve to be amongst two women who completely have no personality, no charisma, and are holding her down legitimately. Because there is one shining star in that stable or that group, and it's Ruby Riott. And it's sad to see someone with so much potential and has been so great in the last couple of months being held down by two people who are complete garbage, who add nothing of value to the women's division. We had on commentary Dana Brooke. Corey Graves mentioned that Dana Brooke is undefeated 72 hours after a royal wedding. I think Corey Graves got his notes mixed up. Dana Brooke is undefeated 72 hours after Titus O'Neil marinades his world-famous pork chops for Titus Catering. 72 hours after a royal wedding? Who the fuck cares about a royal wedding? Dana Brooke is a royal failure. I don't know about a royal wedding. And yet Dana Brooke is in another Money in the Bank qualifying match next week. When you look at Dana Brooke, do you see Miss Money in the Bank? No, I see Miss Pink Slip. Terrible. I think Dana Brooke had one too many pork chops the way she fucking looks. Elias versus Bobby Roode. Trash. Drift away for the pin here. After the match, Elias stands tall, leaves with his guitar, walks to the back. Braun Strowman's music hits. Braun Strowman tackles him off the stage. This is the best you got for Elias. Great job, WWE. Great job. Main event was Braun Strowman and Finn Balor. This was a very, very good main event. These two worked surprisingly very, very well together. Balor was on the apron towards the end of this match with a stomp to the back of the neck, to the floor. Balor jumps off the barricade. He gets on top of the barricade, delivers a coup de grace on the floor. Balor returns to the ring. Referee starts counting Braun Strowman out. He barely makes the 10 count, gets in about an 8.5. Braun misses in the corner. He charges Balor in the corner, hits the steel post. That in itself looked brutal. Balor drop kicks his head into the buckles. Balor goes to the top for a coup de grace. Braun grabs him by the throat. Balor slides out, runs the ropes, but Braun catches him in a power slam. Braun drops his straps and scoops Balor up for a second running power slam and covers him. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Braun Strowman stands tall. He picks Finn Balor up, puts him in the corner, looks at him as a monster does for a sign of respect. He didn't shake his hand, but he lifted him up off the ground after beating him. That was Braun Strowman's sign of respect for Finn Balor. And he did his Braun pose in the middle of the ring as Monday Night Raw went off the air, as the briefcase was hanging above him at the close of Monday Night Raw. One of the worst fucking shows of Monday Night Raw that I've possibly ever seen. And if you missed it, I wouldn't watch any YouTube highlights. If you missed it, I wouldn't watch it on Hulu. If you DVR'd it, I wouldn't even bother watching it. This show was fucking a complete abomination. And I want to hear nothing. You listen to what I said in the beginning of this video, I want you to heed my words. Do not ever criticize me for criticizing this product. When this is the shit that we're getting, I have every fucking right to criticize them no matter how much fucking money they're making. Whatever money they're making has no fucking, no semblance of what we see on television. We should be the ones feeling cheated. They're making all this money and we're not getting what we're expecting from a company with all this fucking talent and all this money. Bullshit. Monday Night Raw is at the fucking lowest it's ever been. And this show clearly shows you why. Garbage. I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys on Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a SmackDown Live review tonight. I have things to do. I probably won't even be watching SmackDown Live. I don't even know if I want to watch SmackDown Live after what we've seen tonight. But I'll give you the review on Wednesday, so look forward to that. Off the Script Part 3 is live. It went up today around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Go and check it out. We talk a bunch of things. We talk about the new SmackDown Live TV deal. We talk about Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. We talk about a bunch of other things on there that might pique your interest, man. Great episode all weekend of Off the Script. Go and check it out. Everything you need will be linked in the annotation, that little exclamation point in the top right corner of the screen. Support, like, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with more content right here on the channel. I'm JD. Enjoy your nights. I'm sorry for the fucking terrible Monday Night Raw that we all had to sit through, but what else is new? This is the same old song and dance. It's formulaic. Just like Monday Night Raw is. It's formulaic that we get a fucking dumpster fire of a show. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow right back here on the channel. I'll talk to you later.